Hello, this is Julia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we will be building this TARTOSA family home, and I built this on a 40 by 30 lot, and it has 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. So it is a very big house for me because I usually make very small homes with 1 or 2 bedrooms, and they are usually built on a 20 by 20 or 20 by 30 lot. So this felt like a really big build for me. And I've been really enjoying building in this new world because it is just so beautiful. And I really love this style that the world is in. And I really try to build in that same style, of course. Because it suits the world, and I have been enjoying that just so much. And I think that I might even make like every single lot in this world because I don't know, I've been enjoying it so much, and it doesn't seem like there is like too much to make, if you know what I mean. Usually there's like so many lots, and I just feel kind of, I don't know, overwhelmed by that. But in this world there is 9 lots, so it is actually quite a lot for a game pack. But like overall, I think that it is very manageable. Yeah, I think I can do it. And there is basically only like a few community lots. So it's very easy for me to do that, because the reason why I usually don't make a whole world is because I don't like making community lots. Or I would like to do that, but I don't know how. Like, I don't have enough ideas, and they always turn out to be like really boring whenever I try to make them. So that's why I kind of try not to make them. But this time I want to try it out and try to make the whole world. And I'm really proud of myself if I can do that. Like, seriously. But anyway, about this home, my idea for the house was that it would look like really fancy, and it would have that kind of like Mediterranean vibe, and I really think that it does have that. And it would be like really big as it is, or at least in my standards. I know that some people only build on the biggest lots in the game, and of course for those people this would not be very big, but for my standards, again, it is super big. And I wanted it to be like very suitable for a family, and that is why I'm calling it Tartosa Family Home. And the color scheme of this house is quite neutral, but I decided to use like a little bit of these like girly colors, like light pink and stuff. And as you can see, I tried to use a lot of that, like, I'm not sure, should I call that like medium or dark brown? Maybe it's like medium dark brown. So yeah, I wanted to use that kind of color, especially because I think that the items that we got with this new pack have the most beautiful swatch in that kind of like medium dark brown color. And I love those items, and I love how they look, especially in that swatch. So I really wanted to use that kind of color for this home, so I decided to use it a lot. But anyway, I really think that this home would be perfect for like a wealthy family of 4 Sims, but I didn't really think about their personalities or anything, so I will leave that totally up to you. Or, of course, you can always make any Sims that you want for my builds, but, I like to give sort of like an idea always, because I always think what kind of family would live in these houses, but sometimes I don't really have a lot of ideas except for like the amount of Sims that will live there and kind of like a basic idea. But like I said, I don't really have anything like special thought for their personalities or jobs or anything like that. But moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit about the exterior of this home. So, like I already mentioned, I wanted this house to be like very neutral and have those Mediterranean vibes, and I really think that I succeeded in that like super well, and it makes me very, very happy. And I also wanted the exterior to kind of like have a lot going on in there, if you know what I mean. I don't really know how to explain it, but I just really wanted it to be like a little bit more complicated, maybe, than what I usually do. And it's actually like quite hard for me because I really tend to go with these very simple looking exteriors and yards, and it is like a real challenge for me to try making something like really complicated looking. But I really think that I succeeded in that quite well, or at least like for me. I know that some people make these like crazy complicated yards and exteriors, and I don't really know if that's my style in the end. Like, I like how it looks. I actually adore how that looks, but it's just not something that I usually go with. I don't really know why. It just seems to me like it's hard to come up with so many things and make them really like suit each other. But some people do that like so well, but I tend to go with a little bit more simple builds. But anyway, one thing that I really, really wanted to be a part of this build is that kind of like an exterior courtyard sort of thing. So I always want to add that kind of thing for these style of builds, but I always forget about it. Like, I don't even know how I forget that, but I always do. So for this build, from the very beginning that I started making it, I was planning on making it, and I actually made it, and I'm so proud of myself for that. And I think that it looks absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy that I finally made that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. I know that it might sound like really silly because, it doesn't seem like it's that hard to remember, but apparently for me it really is. So I really need to pay a lot of attention to that if I want to include something like that in the build. But anyway, I really love how it turned out, and yeah, I'm just so happy with the exterior like all together. I just think that it looks absolutely beautiful, and I love every part of it, but my favorite part would probably be the like exterior courtyard if I have to choose one thing. So anyway, I was thinking that if I will do all the lots in this world, should I make like a save file? I'm totally up for that if there's interest in that sort of thing. To be honest, I have to say that I'm not even sure yet how to use tray files, so I would have to figure that out first. But let me know if you would be interested in a save file that would include all the lots redone in TARTOSA. So yeah, I'm actually like very excited about that idea, but I'm not sure about that yet. So I'm not promising anything, but let me know if you would be interested in seeing that, because I don't really want to make it if no one would like be interested, because it feels like a lot of work for nothing. So definitely let me know if you are interested. And one thing that I really wanted to point out about the exterior of this home is that I decided to put those like low fences around the plants and stuff, because there was like that sort of thing in the original build on this lot. So I really thought that it would be nice to kind of include one element from the original build, even though this looks not nothing like the original build on that lot, but I just thought that it was like a really cute idea, so I ended up doing so, and I really hope that you guys like it. But anyway, at least I like it, so that's good already. Now that I still remember, I want to mention the packs that I mostly used for this build. So I think that the ones that I mostly used were Discover University, my wedding stories, of course, because we are building in Tartosa, and Courtyard Oasis kits, and Parenthood, and maybe Seasons. I'm not exactly sure about that though. I know that I used at least like one bed from there, but I can't remember if I ended up using like a lot of items from there. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it just to be sure. And of course, as always, I used things from other packs as well, but I think that those were the most used packs for this build. For the landscaping of this home, I decided to use a lot of the debug trees that came with this new pack, and I'm really happy with that decision because I think that they are absolutely beautiful. Like, I think they're probably my favorite trees in this entire game. Like, they are absolutely gorgeous, and it kind of annoys me that they are only debug items and not actual items. But you know, there's the bright side that at least they don't cost anything. So yeah, that's nice. But I still wish that they were actual items in the game. But I know that there are some kind of limitations for the amount of items in packs, I think. So in a way, it's good that they're debug items, but in a way, it's really annoying. So, about the interior of this home, I wanted it to be like really fancy looking in a way, and I wanted it to have like a medium amount of clutter because that really makes builds look more fancy when there's no like too much clutter, but there still is some so that it doesn't look like a starter home or anything. I also wanted it to look like really cute and be well suited for a family, of course, because it is meant to be a family home. And I also wanted to mention that there is a bathroom connected to the master bedroom because I keep getting these questions about why doesn't any master bedrooms have en suites, and now I decided that I'm going to add one. So yeah, all of those who really want those, you're welcome. I made it just because I remembered that a lot of people like them. So the reason why I don't usually make them is because I don't tend to think about them that much. Like, it is quite rare in Finland to have en suites, so I usually don't even like think about adding them. But of course, for some builds, I do. But sometimes I kind of like forget about that opportunity. So yeah, I'm gonna try to add more of those, especially when I'm doing like builds that are no like Scandinavian and stuff, because in Scandinavia it is quite usual to not have an ensuite, even though I think that it is more usual nowadays in modern homes, but it's still not like a regular thing to have like in every other home. By the way, one thing that I really was like proud of myself with this house was the floor plan. So I usually really struggle with floor plans, but for this home, I think that it turned out like so good, and it was actually like quite easy for me to make, and I was surprised about that. Like, I wasn't expecting that, but I had like really good ideas of what to do with the floor plan, and it was quite simple for me to make. And I think that it looks a lot better than my usual floor plans, and I'm just so proud of that. I just remembered that I really need to mention one thing about this build, and that is the fact that it might not be exactly the way that you see it in here as it will be in your own game. because I was doing this one day and then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna finish it that day because I was too tired already and I had been doing it for like 2 hours or something. So anyway, I was continuing it the next day and some of the things I put here were gone. So I tried to make it as similar as I could, but it might not be like exactly the same. So I'm sorry about that, but it was not in my control. Like, I have no idea why that happens. Like, I had saved the game. I always double save the game. So I first save the game and then I go to like exit and save the game just to be sure that everything would be the way that I've left it. But yeah, that was not the case with this. Like, there was most things in place, but a few things were missing, like clutter items, and also like all the terrain paint that I put there was gone, and I have no idea how that happened, but it did, and it really annoyed me, by the way, at the moment. But now I'm like over it. It doesn't really bother me anymore. But yeah, I really wanted to mention that in here. If some of the things that I put here are different, do not wonder about that, because it's just because I couldn't remember the exact order that they were in or the exact items that I used, and I really, really didn't want to go back and look at my speed build at the same time that I'm making the house. Like, it would have been like such a huge amount of work added to the work that I have already made. So I decided not to do that. But yeah, hopefully you will all understand. And you know, there is usually like some little changes anyways. And I have mentioned this many times before, because there might be some like empty spots that I have forgotten to clutter, or there might be like a little bit of landscaping and I don't really feel like filming that because it doesn't seem like that important. So I will make like these tiny little adjustments to the build of cam, but they are usually the kind that no one would probably even notice if I didn't like say them aloud. But I still feel like I'm kind of like obligated to say about that. I don't even know why, but that's just how I feel. So anyway, I really like to mention those kind of things. But I'm thinking that the problem with some items and stuff disappearing was probably something that came with the update, because I haven't had that in a long time now. I had that at some point when the Dream Home Decorator pack came out, and now it is back. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the updates or the new packs, but hopefully it will be fixed like very soon. And I really believe that, or at least a part of me really believes that, because I think that it didn't last very long when that glitch was happening the last time. So I have my faith in the fact that it will change very soon and everything will work a lot better. And I also really hope that everything with the wedding pack will work soon, because I have heard that there have been like many issues with that, even though I haven't really tested out the gameplay yet. But I really hope that it will be fixed soon so the people that really love gameplay can do that. But anyway, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye bye!